Hi, I'm Isis, and today I'm going to share with you how to make a Moroccan chickpea curry soup. And I'm going to use coconut milk in that too, so it's going to be really amazing. So first of all, I'm using the MP5. It's your multi-purpose 5-quart, and it has the oil on the inside just like your electric skillets, and it's got the digital probe. I preheated this, and I'm going to put a little bit, probably a teaspoon of just a coconut oil in the bottom of the MP5. I'm going to put some garlic in there. I'm just going to let that saute. I've got cone number 3, and I'm going to add a yam. They're a great source of beta-carotene, which is an antioxidant that really protects your cells against free radicals. So I'm going to put that in with the garlic. I'm just going to let that saute. I'm going to take it to a medium temperature, which medium temperature on your digital probe is 300 degrees. So that's going to be sauteing. Meanwhile, I'm going to use cone number 4. And cone number 4, what I want to do is I want to do a thin slice on zucchini. And I've got just a small size zucchini. And number 4, I like it, it's like a mandolin cut. So really perfect thin slice. And this is such an easy soup. And fast and quick, especially in using the MP5. So I'm going to add all of the zucchini. Now next I'm going to take a summer squash. And summer squashes have such a beautiful, sweet, creamy texture when you just cook them waterless without any butter or anything. I just love how buttery they are. Alright, so that's in there sauteing. I'm going to add some red bell peppers. Now red bell peppers also contain beta-carotene, but they also are a really high source of vitamin C too. Interesting thing in this dish is apples. I'm going to use some apples. And I'm going to use cone number 2 for that. I'm going to use it on my Saladmaster machine. Now I want to use a really tart kind of flavor. I'm going to use just a green apple. And you kind of feel when you get to the core. Alright. Now the next thing I'm going to add to the soup is I'm going to add some green chilies. And these are just canned green chilies, and I just chopped them up. Diced them up into little pieces. And soups in Saladmaster cookware, they just have so much flavor, because if you think about traditional soup recipes, we're sitting there boiling it and losing so much nutrition. So this, we're just gonna, I like with my soups to just saute the vegetables a little bit. And then what I'm gonna do is add the broth and just let everything cook down. And I'll start at medium, it'll click, and then I'll turn it down to low. Alright, so now it looks like it's time to add my garbanzo beans. And I just have 1 can of cooked garbanzo beans. And remember, beans are a really amazing source of fiber in our diet. We only get fiber from plant-based foods. So I'm going to add the chickpeas, also called garbanzo beans. Now next I'm going to add my spices. I've got a little bit of cumin here. I'm going to add about 2 teaspoons of cumin, about ½ a teaspoon of cinnamon. I want to add 1 can of roasted tomatoes. And the roasting part I really like. Now remember, tomatoes are a really good source of lycopene, which is also an antioxidant. Alright, so at this point, what I want to do is I'm going to add some broth. So what I want to do is add the broth. And right now I'm adding 4 cups of broth to 2 bouillon cubes. I'm also going to add my red curry paste. There's different types of curry. There's green curry or red curry. Okay, I like it spicy, so. And it really does have a lot of nice flavor in it. Now it's time to add a little bit of coconut milk. Depending on how much creaminess you want to the soup, I've added almost a whole can. And now the easiest part is just putting on the lid and letting this do its thing and cook. All right, so it's been about 15 minutes and I can see that my vegetables are cooking. So at this point I want to add some greens. You could add whatever you want, some kale, arugula. I'm just going to do some fresh spinach. And I'm going to add about 2 cups of fresh spinach. And in addition, I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of just chopped up cilantro. And cilantro is a natural chelator. It helps pull metals out of the body. I'm going to add a teaspoon of chili flakes. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt, Himalayan sea salt. Now what I want to do now is zest. And I'm going to take cone number 1, and I have a lime, and I want the zest and the juice from 1 lime. So I'm just going to do it on the outside of the machine and just kind of twist the lime around. Oh, that's good. So at this point I have my lime and I want to cut it in half, and I just want to juice it on top of all of the soup, the vegetables. And another squeeze. I really like these lime squeezers, they really help out. And time for all the zest. Alright. I've got the zest. Add that on top of the soup. Give it a little stir. I'm going to put the lid back on and let the spinach reduce and kind of wilt into the hot soup. And then it will be ready to serve. So it's been about 25 minutes. And I want to just show you how beautiful and how delicious the soup is. I'm going to serve some up here. You got the creaminess from the coconut, you got a little spice from the curry, and all of these wonderful vegetables. Just sprinkle that with a little fresh cilantro. All right, it's ready to serve. It's the perfect meal for any time of the year.